Today, I'm going to show you the only synth sound that you will ever need to know how to make. And the reason you need to know this synth is because it is the core fundamental synth sound of every synth sound out there. So, just by knowing how to build and use this synth will give you the ability to literally make millions of other sounds. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make that sound, develop it, and make some beautiful music with it. Before we jump in, quick shout out to my student Dancer Music who just signed a record deal with Top 100 DJ Paul Van Dyke. Congrats to Dancer, I linked his music below. Let's get into the video. First thing we have to do is open up our synth plugin of choice. I'm going to use XFER Serum. Whenever I'm designing synths, I like to load up a set of chords just to get in my feels. For these chords, I'm going to take an F sharp, an E, and a D. Resolve on the E. And then I'm going to take another F sharp, E, and then C sharp. And now, we can start designing the greatest synth you'll ever use in your life. We're going to hit menu and then initialize preset and then go into our list of saw waves on oscillator A and choose our MB saw. And then we're going to turn on the filter, tighten it a bit with a higher number here, and close it up. Then I'm going to go to envelope 2, click and drag it onto the cutoff knob, and then go down to this sustain here on envelope 2, and just pull it all the way down. Inch this decay just a tiny bit to like 1.3. Then I'm going to go into the effects tab and make it sound nice with some delay. I'm going to filter the delay, make it ping pong, which makes it echo into each ear. And then we make it sound really nice with some reverb. And that's it, the sound is done. This is one of the coolest sounds because it's a fundamental sound, so you can express it in a million different ways or develop it however you want. Now there's a couple knobs here that will express this sound. Watch what happens when we tweak the sustain knob. You can even decide on a character for the synth by choosing a different voice. I'm going to take a soft sine wave. That's a little deep, so I'm going to pull it up an octave. Did you honestly just hear that? I'm going to turn on OTT real quick to enhance this a little bit. We have to make a lead melody for these chords. I'm going to duplicate our chord sound here. I'm going to change the waveform back to a saw wave, so it's the sound we started with. La, la, la. We'll make a nice call and response melody. Here's part 1, the call, and then we'll make the response. Let's set up our response. We'll go. I'm going to add an extra layer of echo to this sound, and then some beautiful OTT. Okay, I have a kick and a snare, and I'm going to do some simple rhythm that adds a lot of pace. I'm going to have my snare on every quarter note, and then my kick is going to be on every other downbeat. I'm going to run 16th note hi-hats. I want to come back to these chords real quick, pull them down an octave. I really got to settle down. That's too good. These drums need a rolling bass, and I know just the place to get the sound for the bass. I'm going to take the lead and duplicate it. I'm going to go into my chords and take the bottom note. That's the best note for the bass. And we are going to make the rolliest rolling bass you've ever heard. Let's go ahead and paste these notes. I'm going to come back into the sound. This is exactly the sound we made earlier, but I'm going to pull it down into a bassy octave. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff up the unison to make it wide. High unison sounds are naturally wide. I'm going to go into MIDI effects and load up an arpeggiator. Here's our bass. Now here's our bass with some ducking, and this really makes it roll. Now if you think we're done, think again, because I'm about to blow your mind. Because we're about to make Atmos with the same sound. I'm going to duplicate the chord sound, so that's this sound. And to make the prettiest atmospheric melody guaranteed is if you take the third harmonic of your chords, copy them, and we're going to use that as a melody for our Atmos. But I'm going to put these up an octave. I'm going to open Serum. I'm going to extend it a little bit. I'm going to put it up one more octave. I'm going to add one reverb. You can use your reverb plugin of choice. I'm going to use Valhalla Shimmer, and I'm going to put the mix pretty high up. And I'm also going to give us a lot of size. Another word for size is decay. I'm also going to add another reverb. I'm going to use vintage Valhalla Verb. Again, it doesn't matter what reverb you use. I like this reverb, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put this mix all the way up and give us a lot of decay for a nice super reverb cocktail. I'm going to add some ducking to our atmosphere. It's like heaven. I have no words for how beautiful that was. I'm going to show you a pro tip now. If we duplicate these atmospheres, we can go to the second half of our chords, because if you noticed, I only harmonized my atmosphere with the first half of the chords. But if we go to the second half, we use a different sound and use the top harmonic of these chords. We're going to paste these here on this duplicated sound, pull it down a bunch of octaves. It's already so pretty. I'm going to go back into Serum and choose an MB saw, add some unison to it, and also loosen up this attack. Oh, I just pulled it down an octave. That is a pretty sound. Watch this. Alright guys, so I went ahead and added a bunch of more layers and fine-tuned a bunch of things. So let's go ahead and listen to the song that you can literally make with a sound that we just made in like 15 seconds. Hear those Atmos? If you think you have what it takes to get coached by me until your music is record label quality, book a call below and let's work. My program does require an investment, so only book if you're serious. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.